Hey everyone, my name's Barry Hodge, and today I just thought I'd record a quick video to talk to you about Alan Mulally and his amazing turnaround for a company that he joined back in 2006. The company he joined was at the time losing $16 billion a year, and I mean, just to put that into perspective, that is $50 million a day. Every day of the year, which is quite staggering, and obviously no matter what the company is, you're not going to survive losing that much money. And what was even more staggering is when you find out that the company was actually Ford Automotive, which is just unbelievable when you consider how big they actually are. When Alan Mulally joined Ford, they had a culture of fear, and when he joined, he decided to change that culture and have more emphasis on teamwork and greater levels of accountability. This new culture focused on positive leadership and ultimately drove the company forward, which in turn improved results dramatically. I've written an article about Alan Mulally's time at Ford, and particularly focusing on the 5 measures that he used to turn Ford around. And these 5 measures can so easily be applied to every project that we run, and in fact I would say if you don't have these 5 measures on your project, then it's inevitable that your project will fail. In this video I'll just go through one of those measures just to give you a bit of an insight into that article. The measure I'd like to talk to you about today really is just summed up in the simple heading that you are not the problem, rather you have a problem. And there's a huge difference in the meaning of both of these two statements. When Alan Mulally took over at Ford, there was this real culture of fear and no one willing to admit mistakes. And in one of the meetings with the executives, after everyone had sort of turned around and said, you know, everything's green, everything's fine, there's no reason to worry, Alan pointed out that, well, why are we losing $50 million a day then? And eventually one executive did sort of put their hand up and say, you know, I have a problem in my area, and that he needed some help. And the reaction from the other executives was one of fear and expecting this person to get fired. When actually what happened is Alan Mulally started clapping and said, that's great visibility, what can we do to help? And this really was a catalyst and showed that actually the place could be a great organisation where collaboration and communication was key. If we take this approach with our projects, there's no point us all turning around saying, yes, our project's green and everything's fine and there's no need to worry, and then at the last minute everything starts to fall apart and suddenly we're all running around panicking. That helps nobody, and certainly doesn't help with getting things done and getting the project delivered. It's far more going to get far more success if you're open and you encourage collaboration. And like Alan Mulally does at Ford, it's all about how can we help you, what can we do to make this work, because essentially we're all in this together trying to deliver this project. So I would absolutely say that if a project has a climate of fear where people aren't open, aren't honest with each other, then that project will not be successfully delivered. So on your projects, I would strongly suggest you be like Alan Mulally and focus on this open and honest, transparent way of communicating and not having this climate of fear on your project. If you'd like to read the other 4 measures, which are just as insightful and just as important on your project, I'll put a link below this video. Go check it out and tell me what you think. Thanks ever so much for watching.